test to see if we're working. That looks good. Stream pulled up here. Okay. Looking good. Discord notification. All right. We should be good to go. Cool. Hopefully my controller's working. I didn't even think to check that before stream. Seems to be fine. All right, we are back. We are rocking. We are rolling. Happy Sunday, folks. Trying to remember where I left off last time. Last time, what I was doing was running around, seeing where I could catch more water-type Pokemon. So, let's now that we're done with that, fly back to where we're supposed to be, which I'm assuming is Lumiose. Oh wait, no, it's the power plant place, isn't it? Also, 1 second here. I just remembered I gotta put my phone in Do Not Disturb. I will not be disturbed. Okay. I'm supposed to be at the power plant place, aren't I? Okay. I keep forgetting that you can't adjust the cameras the way that I want to here. I really should look up where a lot of the clothing stores are and what items there are to access, so that I can eventually access this boutique in Lumiose. I think it's a little later in the game, though. Which is such a bummer, because I would really love to change this outfit. I don't care for this outfit I'm wearing, but yeah. Also, this is not where I'm supposed to go. Where am I supposed to be? Let's look at the map. It's been a couple weeks. I gotta remember where I left off. I know we beat 2 gyms last week. The power plant's where we want to be, so I need to be in Cormorine. Okay, so I was already in the right spot, and then I left it. Fantastic. I'm so good at this. Okay, let's head back to where I'm supposed to be, in Cormorine, not Uni. Rin. We're gonna go do that. Which I probably should look into, because I know that the power plant is, where we're going to be fighting the villain team, Flare. That's what this team is. So I probably should look into what their movesets are for their Pokemon and stuff, so that I can optimize my team for best results. Ah, Holoclip. So I am in the right spot. Oh, it's him. Lysander. Lysander? I don't know. I would consider it probably Lysander, not Re. I guess, I don't know. I'm not French. I tried learning French on Duolingo for like a week, and I hated it, so I stopped. Alrighty. Well, that was interesting. There was like a dead pixel on there for a second. Okie doke. So... Oh, actually, wait. Let me do the power plant looking at first. Kalos power plant... Pokemon X. Let's take a look here. Are you gonna give me all the trainers? Yeah, this is the website where I get trainers. Scraggy, which is dark fighting, poison fighting, poison flying. A lot of poison types. Which I honestly, what are the poison counters? I always have a hard time remembering poison. Ground and Psychic are good for that. Okay, well I've got ground types for sure. What about fighting? I'm so bad at remembering. Okay, so fighting. Fighting Pokemon. Fighting type Pokemon. Psychic, Flying, Fairy. So, Psychic would be the ideal, but I don't think I have any Psychic types. Is Ground neutral against fighting? Ground is neutral against fighting. So ground type would be good. It wouldn't be great against Scraggy specifically, but for all the poison types, ground would be good. Oh, but not against Golbat. But I have Pikachu for Golbat. I have an electric type, so that won't be a problem. What are there? Because those are just the trainers. Dark, dark fighting, poison flying, dark, poison, fire, and dark. Okay. Do I have any good let's go take a look at the Pokemon I've got in my box and see what I've got for dark types. I don't think I have anything right now that's like great against dark types, so I might just have to deal with it. Alright, let's take a look here. Alright. Dark type. Like, I know what dark type Pokemon are good against, and I know that Fairy is great against them. Fighting, Bug, and Fairy. Sadly, I don't think I have a single Fairy type that would be good, because I only have Carbink, and Carbink is an awful Fairy type. Normal, Dark Fire. Water Ice. Okay, well I've got Bug, which would be good against the dark types, which is good. So Sag could help us out there with Bug Bite. And Psybeam? No. No. So that would be not very effective because it's a dark type, duh. Ground Dark, so I've got Ground type for Poison. This to counter our Poison Flying types. Of course, Uni to help us with the Fire. Honestly, I think the team that I've got is already pretty solid for this Team Flare like run. I honestly think we'll be good to go. I do have some of my party being a little under level of where I'd like them to be, but I think that the rest of the party being much higher level will help make up for that. Okay, we will go ahead and start walking our way through that power plant. We'll keep on schmovin'. How dare we keep you waiting? Oh, sorry. Shut down by a power outage. Yep. Mountain Kalos Pokedex. Ba-ba-ba. Alright. So. Windy. Alright. So. There's gonna be a bunch of Pokemon out here that are gonna be really annoying. They're gonna be ground types. Which the only weakness I can ever remember for ground types is ice. Water, grass, ice. Okay, so having Uni in the front is our best bet. Cool, cool. We will keep Uni where he is? He is. Wow, I have a team of all boys. I didn't realize that until just now. Ah, shit. I didn't mean to do that. I wonder if I could just run. I don't really want to do a bunch of battling, because I'm trying to get to the power plant, and I really don't want my health being lowered before I get there. But at the same time, I don't want to grind. I'm just gonna run. Oh, cool. Okay, never mind. I was just gonna run, because I don't really want to grind to level. I've done that for so many of my streams. I'm sick of grinding. Which, oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well it doesn't let me anyway, that's good. Oh, I forgot that Uni also has an ice type move. Uni's like a perfect ground type counter. Woo! Alright, well. Does the power plant have a spot for you to get healed up? I don't know. I've got potions and stuff right now. I'll just keep trucking towards it, see how it goes, try to avoid getting into contact with any more of those things. Yeah, okay. A pass. Okay, so I need to go find a pass to access the power plant. There was a worker up here. I wonder if he would... God damn it. Sorry if that was really loud. I don't know. For anyone who might be hanging, if my volume is too loud, please let me know. I did alter my levels a little bit last stream. And I got told they were fine last time, but if they are too loud, because I do see my audio hopping up into the red a little bit at times on OBS, so if it's too loud, please let me know. I will adjust audio levels as needed. I don't want to be blowing up anyone's eardrums. But I was told last time that I was too quiet. Okay, so you will not give me a pass. I need to go find a pass somewhere. Ah. Cool. I can't roller skate. I am going to have to fix that. Damn it. For some reason, I may need to just edit the controller settings, because for some reason the controls for this are a little bit jacked up, and it won't allow me to... I can only roller skate left and right. I cannot roller skate up and down, so I might need to remap my controls and see if that fixes it. Woo! Uni level up. Alright. Let me save really quick. Alright, I'll throw the tech issues text up really quick. I'm gonna close out of this and reset it so I can actually use my controls properly. Oy vey. Go away, Discord. I'm trying to do other shit. There we are. Open this up. Okay. And then configure. Controls. I'm using controller 3. Left, right, up, down. I mean, it should be right. Emulate, configure, control. Well, I've tried resetting it. Let's try that, and if that doesn't work, I'll just temporarily switch to my other controls. They're less optimized, but I do have other setups ready to go if need be. I just don't like them as much because the other setups I have, the controls are... I can use the, like, directional pad, the D-pad, to go walking, and then my circle is this. Yes, that did fix it. Okay, good. Cool, cool. Glad that we got that resolved. Gibble, I wanted to have you so bad. I'm genuinely really bummed I did not get a Gibble. I really should stop just clicking through this. I'm realizing now Uni's actually pretty low health. Alright. Ooh, Hikaru level up. Very nice. Let's go ahead and heal up my guys really quick. I know I just started, but it's a Nuzlocke. I'm not risking anything. Let's go get healed up, and then we'll go see if we can find the pass for the power plant. Let's see. Get that taken care of. My Sunday has gone, as my Sundays usually go. I cleaned. Though I did do a bit of a deeper clean today than I normally do. And it's a gorgeous day outside. It's not super hot and not cold. So I opened all my windows and aired out my apartment a little bit, which is always nice. Burned my candles, so my place smells amazing. Went grocery shopping, real thrilling stuff, I know. Went and took a walk, because the weather's really nice. Gotta take advantage of nice weather when it's here. Okay. Okay, so I can't take this. Okay. Then, let's see. I walked, I got lunch. Tasty lunch. My certified classic Sunday lunch meal, which is Jimmy John's. Because I'm trying to eat healthy, and Jimmy John's is a restaurant that I can eat at. Okay, can't go that way either. Okay, pass. These little ground-type Pokemon are really getting on my nerves. This guy maybe have a pass? Nope. Okay. Here we go. Alright, first battle. I probably should have put a different Pokemon in the front of my team, because... Oh, never mind, he has a Houndoom. Perfect. I thought... Let me look look at my little Pokemon guide again. I thought that he wasn't supposed to have one. Oh, well, this is the interior of the power plant. It's not like the exterior area. That's why it didn't oh, god damn it. I hit the stick and switched to Ice Beam instead of Surf. Okay, well, that's not gonna do much for me, but that's okay. Whoops. Rip. It's not that big of a deal. This shouldn't be... Okay, cool. Flinched. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. Misclicks are so fun and cool. But yeah, God damn it. This is really not going my way, huh? I really don't want to have to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center again, considering I just got here, but at the same time, I'm taking a decent chunk of damage and now I'm burned, too. And I don't even know if I have anything to deal with that. I probably do. I'll check my bag after the battle's over. Definitely not leaving Union, though. But, yeah, I went out and took a walk. It was gorgeous out today. Played some Pokemon Go, because even though I knew I was going to be playing Pokemon later today, what can I say? I love me some Pokemon. It's quite fun. I finished the collection challenge for this week already, which was pretty cool. Beat Giovanni. Took me a couple of tries, but I did it. So I got to catch Dialga. Silverwind. Target attack with powdery scales. Ooh. Can only use it 5 times. Well, Bug Bite does just as much. Is the difference that this is, yeah, it's a special versus a physical. I definitely wanted to keep. The thing is like, I'm conflicted on whether or not to keep Hidden Power, because I don't know what Sage's Hidden Power move is. Silverwind only does 5 PP. May also raise all the user's stats. I'm just gonna leave it for now and not learn it. I might come back and learn it another time, because I'm pretty sure there is a gentleman in the game that is the move reminder, which allows me to learn moves if I want to. If for whatever reason I feel like I want to go back and take it, I will. But, Stylish Runaway. Okay. Power Plant Pass. Feeling around that boulder 9 steps as if only I had the dowsing machine. Okay, so if I use the dowsing machine, I will be able to find where he dropped. Yay! I found the Power Plant Pass. Alright. I am gonna go ahead and run and heal my guys up really quick, because I have to go back up that way anyway to get the Power Plant Pass. Like, to get through the... not get the pass. Get through the door. Oh. I heard my dowsing machine go up. Damn it. I did not mean to do that. I really should take Uni out of the front of my party. This is probably a mistake. It's fine though, Surf will one-hit kill. Woo! But yeah, I played some Pokemon Go. Very fun, very cool. Didn't really catch anything super interesting, but I beat Giovanni because it was one of the challenge things I needed to complete. Oh my god, dude. Anyway. So I did that. It was fun. And then I grocery shopped. Thrilling, I know. Ooh, god, the earthquake landed. Oh, fuck, that's not good. That's not great. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not bad. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good. Cool. Grocery shopped. Really thrilling, I know. Really exciting. Oh my god! Why? Sorry, that was loud. Why? Why do they keep spawning on top of me? I'm just trying to walk. It's so annoying. Anyways. I got some plants that I'm going to... I have a balcony at my apartment, and I'm going to be potting some plants to grow on my balcony. I've got a couple of tomatoes, basil plant, some New England aster, which is mostly there because it's pretty, and also attracting pollinators, which will be good for my other plants. Okay, thank God we finally managed to get out of that stun-locked spot of just constantly running into combat. But yeah, I had bought some potting soil and had some plants and some pots that I had in my car, so I carried them upstairs. And they're on my balcony now, and when I finish stream today, I'm probably gonna go pot those. Listen, I walked around today, saw some nature. That was fun. Sorry about that. My phone's on Do Not Disturb, but I forgot that contact it bypasses Do Not Disturb. It's a setting that I have so that in case of emergencies, I will always get contacted. But it is not working out in my favor at the moment. Hold on just a moment. Because that was a phone call, I do need to actually swing a text and let them know I'm good. Sorry about that. When I don't take calls, I sometimes just need to let people know, oh no, yeah, I'm fine, because they were trying to return a call that I'd made earlier. So typically when people are trying to return a call that I made to them earlier and I don't pick up, I typically will just text and be like, hey, I'm fine, was just calling about this, but I'm busy at the moment. Ugh, this area is so annoying. I remember hating this area the first time I played this game too. I was talking about nature though, so for folks who may or may not know, I'm a biologist, or I guess specifically an environmental scientist, so I love me some nature. I love creatures and critters. And I saw a plethora of creatures and critters today while I was out on my walk. Saw a huge snapping turtle. It was not an alligator snapper, but it was big. It was huge-ass snapping turtle. Because the thing is the water at the pond was very, I walked by a pond, and the water there was very clear. And because the sun was out in full force today, you could see right through the water. So I saw the big snapping turtle, saw some painted turtles, love those fellas as well. Oh, why did I run? I meant to hit attack. That's fine. No, that's not what I wanted to do. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm having a great time today with my controls. But saw a big snapping turtle. Saw a bunch of painted turtles. Saw some fish, I think. I'm not really good on my fish ID, but I think they were bluegill and smallmouth bass. I'm not, like I said, not that good at fish ID though. I just think based off the shape, that might have been what they were. Saw some bullfrogs. Love those guys. They were chilling in the pond, like the shallow water at the edges. Oh my god. I hate this area so much. The coolest thing, I saw some geese and a lot of their, goslings, the baby geese with them. Which was funny because the geese in this area the babies are currently at that, awkward teenager phase where they're still, with their parents, but they're not, the little yellow goslings anymore. They're a little bit bigger, ganglier, and they have brown feathers. So they still have their down. They haven't fully grown in, but they're, getting there. So they have that, awkward look to them, which I always find quite funny. But the coolest thing I saw today while I was out, which I was honestly kind of shocked, because I have not seen one of these in person. A muskrat! Oh, I can't get in from there. Okay, that's fine. That's probably where I'm supposed to exit. I saw a muskrat. You don't see those a lot, especially not in, the area where I was walking was not, a nature reserve or anything. It was, kind of more akin to a public park. So I was honestly kind of shocked to see a muskrat in an area that is so, overrun by humans. But, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise. I love muskrats. I think they're just so cute. Hold on a minute, I'm gonna sneeze. Well, I was going to sneeze, and then it went away. That is the worst feeling in the world. But yeah, that was sick. I loved seeing that little guy. I took a bunch of videos of all the critters I saw. That was pretty fun. Loved that. power plant pass. Cool, cool. We're in. But yeah, I saw a lot. It was really fun. I love going on walks outside and anyway, but being able to see a bunch of critters is just one of the best things. It's also one of the things I really love about my job, because my job right now is kind of a mix of lab work and field work. I really should have taken Uni out of the front of the party, because I know that this guy is going to be not a great matchup for Uni. Alright, Scraggy, you are fighting Dark, aren't you, my guy? Yes, you are. Which means I'm gonna want to use my bug type. Sag. Fighting type Pokemon are not good against bug types, right? Yeah. Flying bug, so it's gonna be whatever fighting type moves it uses are gonna be quartered. But yeah, one of the things I love about my job being half field work and half lab work is, why was that not super effective? Does fighting reduce bug? Ah, it does. So it's not actually super effective. That's unfortunate. It's fine though. Not the end of the world. I can still win the battle with that. Next is poison fighting, meaning I'm going to want to use ground type more than likely. Yes. Ooh, everybody's leveling up. That's pretty cool. Alright, yes. Switch Pokemon. We're gonna put Zuko in, because Zuko's our ground type. But being out in the field as part of my work is really nice, because I get to see a lot of really cool stuff. Particularly birds. I'm a huge bird watcher. I wouldn't consider myself a full-blown ornithologist, but I love birds. I have the I have the Cornell Bird Lab app on my phone, which I use for mostly sound identification, because visually I'm pretty good at identifying birds, but sound-wise I'm not the best. That, and there also just are a lot of birds I don't know. Most of the birds I know are just common backyard birds versus like actual wild birds that you'd see if you went into like more forested areas, or even prairies, which is where I do most of my work. Let's see here. Let's heal some guys up. We're gonna use potion. Yep, super potion on Sag. Nice, nice. Alright, and we're gonna take Uni out of the front. The next person we're gonna encounter has got poison fighting to start. Nope, I want to go to my Pokemon, not my bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw Zuko right in the front, just to start us off. Because I think that would be good. Cool, cool. Alright. But yeah, so I see mostly birds, but I do occasionally see a lot of other cool critters. Like the other day, I saw a raccoon, which was kind of surprising, because they're really... I don't know if this is fully correct, but if I recall correctly, raccoons are corpuscular? I don't know if that's how you pronounce the word. But it basically means they're more active at dawn and dusk. So you wouldn't really expect to see a raccoon just like vibing out in full daylight. But he was just chilling. Which was funny. I mean, I was happy to see him. He was vibing. The other things I see a lot, because a lot of the work I do is with water, is I see a lot of beavers. And I love beavers. I know that beavers and muskrats both, people don't like them. They're kind of considered to be pests. And to be fair, in my line of work, they're also kind of pests, because they dam up the areas we're trying to do sampling in, which affects things. But I don't really care. I think they're cute and fun, and I like them, and they are very, very important for our environment, so we should let them vibe. But yeah, see beavers, there's a beaver dam at one of our sites, which is really cool, though sadly we do have to tear the dam down sometimes, because it's, like I said, interferes with our work. But yeah, it's like, I get to see all sorts of critters. Especially since this last week when I went out, I was out in the field every day last week, which is actually kind of uncommon for me. I really am usually out there like 3 days a week, but last week it was an everyday thing because we were short-staffed. But last week, being out in the field, I got to like just spot a ton of birds that I don't normally see. because they just don't really occur often in the area where I live full-time. But we had to travel to some sampling areas that were further north than I normally do. And so I saw some really cool stuff. I got to track a lot of new birds in my bird app. Which was very exciting for me. But dark type I should be using moth against. Though I wonder if I could get away with just using dig or sand tomb, because I am like decently leveled above this thing. Is it really worth the risk though? I'm gonna listen. I know I'm gonna stick to my typing. I'm gonna stick to using the correct types because while I'm pretty confident that Zuko could pull that out perfectly fine, I don't really want to deal with any risks, and I think it's less risky to just go for this. But no, yeah. So I got a lot of new birds tracked in my app last week. I love birding. I don't do it nearly often enough. The other thing I got to do is, if you guys have ever heard of a corpse flower, kind of a, what's the word? Titan arum, that's what it is. I had to Google it again. Very, very cool, plant. They only bloom once, their first bloom comes within the first 7 to 10 years of life. And then they bloom every 5 years after that, approximately. No, I'm not learning that. And I had never seen one in bloom before, but I got the opportunity to do that this weekend, which was super exciting. When they call it a corpse flower, it is aptly named. It stinks really bad. It smells awful. It really smells. Which I didn't go during full bloom because, or I guess peak blooming, because when I went it was only a little bit opened, which was by design. I did that on purpose because I wanted to go right away before the lines to see it got really long, because they do get extremely long. Excuse me. But so I went when even though it wasn't in full bloom yet. Which honestly I think might be for the best, because as the bloom continues to open, the bloom only stays open for 24 to 48 hours. And so as it opens further, the smell gets stronger. And I think I am perfectly happy with having seen it in only partial bloom and not having to experience that thing smelling at full force. Because it stinks. It smells real bad. It's like not great. But it was a cool experience. I've never gotten to see one before. So I was quite pleased. Oh shit, I forgot. This is super effective. Oof. I have faster speed though. I outscale, so if I hit it again, I should be fine. I really should pay more attention though. I keep saying that. Every stream I say I should pay more attention, but then I don't. And that's why Pokemon die. Okay, next Pokemon they're gonna throw in is going to be the Golbat. So I'm gonna want to put Sparky in. Yes, Sparky, return. But yeah, so that was really cool. Really excited to see that. The other fun thing I got to do recently is, if any of you folks watching are familiar with the show Andor, it's a Star Wars show that's airing on Disney Plus, or I guess was airing on Disney Plus. It just ended. I watched the season finale of that with my friends. If any of the folks that are in here are familiar with the Custodians, some of you folks might be from their channel and know me because of my work with them. The boys of the Custodians and I were watching it as a group. We didn't react to it, but we were just enjoying it as friends. Mostly because Rhett was the one who got me into that show, which I will grant him. He gets on my case about this a lot, but it was like pulling teeth for him to get me to watch that show initially, because Andor is a Star Wars show. And a fact about me, which I know this is going to be controversial, I don't like Star Wars very much. it comes as kind of a surprise to people, but I'm not a huge sci-fi person. I more prefer, like, medieval fantasy to sci-fi. And because I am not super into sci-fi, Star Wars just is, like, I don't think Star Wars is bad. Not at all. I think Star Wars is good. Or at least some of Star Wars is good. Obviously there's some Star Wars stuff that isn't great. But, like, the original films, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, oh, those films are suck, they're so boring, blah, blah, blah. It's just not for me. It's not to my tastes, specifically. Which, you know, not everything has to be. And, but, so he managed to convince me to watch Andor. And I'm really glad I did, because even though I'm not a big fan of Star Wars, Andor is awesome. That show is so good. It's kind of insane. The fact that it had so little hype is wild to me, which I know is partly a consequence of when it released, and also a consequence of the show being based around a character from a single film that didn't have a ton of screen time or nostalgia value, so people just weren't as interested. But dude, the fact that that show was so slept on for as long as it was is crazy, because it is genuinely one of the best shows I've ever seen. I watch a lot of trash TV, but that is not trash TV. That is, like, awesome. It's so good. Okay, let's see here. Who's our next trainer? I just beat him. Next person's gonna have Swalot, so I'm gonna want to heal up Zuko and throw him in the mix first. But I watched the finale of it, and it's so good. That show's awesome. I loved it. I'm really sad that it got cut so short, though, because you could tell they rushed season 2, because they knew they were gonna... The people who made Andor knew they were only getting 2 seasons, but they wanted to do more seasons than that. They had more story to tell than could be fit properly into 2 seasons. And you can kind of tell that watching season 2. Which is really unfortunate. I really wish they would have been given more time to tell the story they wanted to tell, because while season 2 is really fantastic, oh, I forgot, fuck, I healed him up and then didn't put him in, shit! But, like, it's fine, I'll just fight with Pikachu, he's high enough level that he'll be okay. But you could tell that they had to move things a little faster than they probably wanted to, because they were being cut off after 2 seasons. Special defenses being risen up. Zuko, your dig is physical, is it not? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna put Zuko in, because I don't think that hitting it with discharge is gonna do much for me at this point. But yeah, like, where was I? What was I talking about? I was talking about Andor. What about it, though? I just completely lost my train of thought. Shit. Fuck. Do I have poison heals? I surely do. I must. But, they had more story to tell than could be honestly fit into 2 seasons, so they had to really rush stuff, which is really unfortunate, and you can tell that they did have to move at kind of a breakneck pace, because the pacing on it was a lot faster than the pacing was in season 1, which I don't think is necessarily to the show's benefit. I do think if they would have had more time, it would have been a lot stronger. But it was fantastic. If you haven't seen Andor and you have an access to a way to watch it, and you have any interest, like, any interest in watching just a good show, even if you're not a Star Wars person, it's worth. It's so worth. Like, granted, it probably is helpful to have a bit of context from, like, familiarity with Star Wars in general. Like, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a... Poison, yeah. I wouldn't say it's like a complete necessity to have seen Star Wars to understand what's going on. Well, I guess, I don't know. It's hard to say, because even though I'm not a huge Star Wars person, I have seen the movies. But you don't have to be super familiar with Star Wars to watch it, I suppose, is a better way to put it. Because I would not rank myself as being super familiar with Star Wars in the slightest. I would rank myself as being moderately familiar with Star Wars. As in, I know a lot of the, like, popular characters, and I vaguely know what happens in the films. That's about the extent of my knowledge. But I can't recommend it enough. It's just fantastic. I could gush over that show for ages. Which I'm sure my friend Rhett would probably be like, I told you, see, I told you. It's almost like I recommend good things. And it's like, yeah, I never had any doubt you recommend good things, but I don't like Star Wars. Which was proven by the fact that, for folks who might not know, Cassian Andor, who's the main character of the show, is from the Star Wars movie Rogue One. Which I had seen already, but it had been years. And after we finished the show, we watched Rogue One, because Rogue One is the continuation of the television show Andor. The events of Andor lead up to the movie Rogue One. So we watched Rogue One after we finished the series, and the thing that is such a funny, weird criticism for me to have of a Star Wars film was Rogue One was too Star Wars for me. Like, how is he able to poison me when I'm underground? That's ridiculous. What? Why does that move work when he's underground? Sorry, I have to do some quick Googling. That's ridiculous. What? If used by a Pokemon, poison-type Pokemon, Toxic will always hit, even if the target... That's wild! I did not know about that. Damn. There's so many Pokemon mechanics that I just am not aware of. It's why I'm more of a enthusiast than a, like, competitive player. I'm not built to be a competitive player, not for the games at least. For the TCG, I don't know. I think for TCG I actually would have some potential to be pretty good if I was given the opportunity to learn how to play it properly. Because sadly, everyone I know is lame and doesn't want to play the game with me, which means I never get to play it, which means I never get any better. It sucks. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna want to put Zuko in the front of my party next. Anyways, I'll stop complaining about that. But basically, Rogue One was like too Star Wars for me, which is crazy. It's a weird, dumb thing to say about a Star Wars film. But a lot of my enjoyment of Andor was not the fact that it was a Star Wars property. I would have liked Andor just as much if it was a generic sci-fi series versus a, like, well-established IP. Because the thing I like about Andor are the really tight plot lines and well-written dialogue. And I'm sorry, Rogue One doesn't have that. Rogue One has very thin characters that don't do anything for me. Words. So it has, the characters in Rogue One feel so thin compared to Andor. And, Rogue One also just, like, it's just the dialogue's not as well written. A lot of the enjoyment from the film, at least this is how I think, this is my opinion, I suppose. It seems that a lot of the enjoyment from the film doesn't come from the film actually being very good on its own merits. A lot of its enjoyment and appreciation seems to come from the fact that it is a Star Wars film, so they put Star Wars characters in it. So, like, Darth Vader's in it, which is exciting. There's... Who else is in that film that's, like, notable? Darth Vader's, like, the big one. They like, have characters in it that you recognize. I guess I don't know if I'd count Mon Mothma as being a significant enough character to get hype from that from that movie. Nowadays, maybe, but not when it first came out. But, like, yeah, and they have AT-ATs. Oh my gosh, guys, AT-ATs, and X-Wings, and U-Wings, and TIE Fighters. Oh my gosh. And it's like, and the Death Star is here, guys. Isn't that huge and so exciting? It's like, if you aren't someone who loves Star Wars, that does nothing for you. I can speak from personal experience. What is going on here? Why is my... Okay, we are fine. Sorry about that. My stream was acting weird for a second. Scraggy is coming in next. Scraggy's fighting dark. I don't really have anything that's good for that. Do I? Let's look up Scraggy's specific weaknesses, because Scraggy being dark fighting means my bug type doesn't work very well. And my psychic type doesn't work very well. Flying and fighting. Okay. I can do Rin. Rin's a flying type. That'll work. Alright, anyways. But yeah, Rogue One, it wasn't for me. I mean, yeah. I am gonna give Star Wars another try. I'm planning to watch it. We're gonna do a movie marathon with my friends next time I'm around, and we can do it in person. But I don't know, man. Rogue One did nothing for me, but Andor is fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough. The other thing I picked up recently was actually Apothecary Diaries. Yo, what's up? Goldie Vishen, hopefully I said your name right. Welcome back. I believe you've hung out in our streams before. It is the me. I'm just yapping about all the shows I've been enjoying lately. I was talking about, I recently finished Andor, which, fantastic show. And then I also started recently Apothecary Diaries. It's an anime. Which I have not watched the entire show yet. I'm about like 6 episodes into season 1, but I read the entire manga, or at least caught up to the manga as it currently is. Because I did not finish, or at least the scans I was able to find aren't finished. But I've been really loving Apothecary Diaries. That show's fantastic. I really enjoy it. I love the main character as well. She's so fun. I picked it up kind of on a whim, because I kind of impulsively decided to go to Barnes & Noble to do some book shopping, because I had a gift card. And I just walked around and picked up a couple mangas and started reading them while I was there. And I got so engrossed in that one that I actually ended up staying until the Barnes & Noble closed, so I could just sit there and read manga in the cafe until they made me leave. And then after I finished it, I went and found copies to finish the manga after I got home. Okay. Sorry, I need to lock in for a second here. Houndoom and Mighty Ina. Level 36 and 38. So I'm going to start with Uni in the front of the party. Bum, 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 bum. Good. But yeah, love Apothecary Diaries. It's been really, really good so far. But yeah. I suppose I probably should ask how everybody in the chat's doing. I've just been kind of yapping this whole time. But what's everybody been up to on this lovely Sunday? Remain here after we dealt with the workers. Ah! Fight time. Team Flare admin. Hopefully everybody's been having a good one. Sundays are always super nice because you get to just chill. In the school year, like, for folks that are in school, the school year's ended as well. Survived the work? Nice. Always a huge, huge moment to get off of work and just be done for the day. Best feeling ever. Oh. Beat up. That's fine. We're fine. Oh, I can hit multiple times. But no, yeah. It's been nice. The weather here is gorgeous, though the rest of the week is supposed to be not as good, which is kind of a bummer. Especially since I'm supposed to be working outside most of this week. It's supposed to rain like 3 days this week, and I'm supposed to be outside for at least 2 of those days, which is unfortunate. The other thing that kind of sucks is, this week we have a bunch of new employees that got hired into our department. And so we have a bunch of new people starting, and I found out from my supervisor that I'm required to do icebreakers with them because I have to meet all the new employees. And I hate doing that so much. I really don't like doing icebreakers. It's just like, man. I don't know. I always feel so awkward. And, like, I know a lot of icebreakers, and I'm good at them because for a while, the job I worked necessitated me being good at it because my job was to help. I'm not going to get into what my old job was because my old job kind of, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to talk about that. But basically, I had to be good at icebreakers for my old job because a lot of my work involved helping people meet each other and make connections. So I had to be good at them, but I hate doing them. That's why I don't do that job anymore. That sucked and I didn't like it. I only did it because I had to afford an apartment. What was that, superpower? No, it was swagger. That's unfortunate. Hopefully I'll be fine. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Especially since, like, I believe most of the day is going to be training for new employees, because it's like an orientation day. But I've been working for this department for over a month already, so it's like, okay, cool. I get to get trained on things I already know how to do, and also do icebreakers with a bunch of new people, which I don't like doing. It won't be the end of the world, but it's like, man. But at least that's not the day I'm supposed to go out in the field this week, because I'm pretty sure tomorrow we're supposed to get some, like, nasty thunderstorms, which, unfortunate. Oh, no, actually, sorry, never mind. The day I'm supposed to go out in the field is the day we are supposed to get the thunderstorms. Cool! Cool! Great! So cool. That's great. I love that. Yeah, I chased him off. Get wrecked. Oh, you're healing me? Sick. What are you giving me? Ooh! Full restores. That's huge! Power is back on in Lumio City. Au revoir. The French. I don't think... Is there anything else in this power plant? I know there's another door back by the entrance. I'll explore a little bit. But yeah. Not great that we're supposed to get rain on the day I'm supposed to be outside. That sucks. I'm not pleased to hear that. It is what it is, though. At least it's gonna be warm. My first couple of weeks of working were cold, and I'd rather it be warm and a little rainy than be cold. Because I can always just throw on a rain jacket, but there's only so much you can do about cold. Oh, it's where all the employees are. Ooh! Flame charge. That's sick. Speed will go. Yeah. That might be good for me to throw on Charizard. Being able to up my speed. Ooh, a magnet for electric type moves? Hell yeah. I finally have an item to give to Sparky. Magnet. Give Sparky. Nice. Let's take a look at that TM as well. Flame charge. Pokemon X is the generation where you're allowed to, like, use... Yeah, you can use TMs multiple times in this gen. Okay, good. Because I know in old gems, they used to be one-time use. And I will say, I know Pokemon has caught a lot of shade for being, easier these days. Actually, I think I am going to keep the Fire Fang and Flame Burst for now, but Flame Charge might not be a bad thing to add at a later date. No. Yes. But... words, brain, think, you can do it, form of thought. I know a lot of people give the newer Pokemon games flack for being easier, but I genuinely do think that having TMs be reusable is one of the best additions they've made to the games. I love that I'm able to reuse them. Having to use them a single time is, like, not the end of the world, but it makes it more inconvenient, and I dislike that. Zap Plate. Did I get a Magnet and a Zap Plate? Are both of those for upping Electric-type moves? Which is better? Are they equivalent? Zap Plate. Let me look that up. I wonder if one's better than the other, because they do the same thing mechanically. Zap Plate versus Magnet, yeah. Zap Plate or Magnet? Plates are for RCS, otherwise no difference. Okay, cool. That answers my question. Alright. Now that we have finished up the power plant, I am going to take a quick 5-minute break to run and hit the bathroom. In true me fashion, an hour into stream, I have to go to the bathroom. So, I'm gonna throw my BRB text up on screen really quick. And I will be back. Give me like 5 minutes to run and hit the bathroom. came back and unmuted, then realized I forgot to close my door. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. There we go. Okie doke. We will continue. Let's see here. So, finish the power plant I just saved, so we should be good on that. I'm gonna throw Uni back at the front really quick, because getting back out to the other area means I'm gonna have to probably encounter a bunch of Pokemon, which is, you know, it'd be how it'd be. Go back out, and we will rock and roll. I love Pokemon music. But yeah. I've really been enjoying the gorgeous weather we've had lately. The thing that's crazy to me is I always used to say I didn't like spring. Because fun fact about my life, have, kind of gnarly seasonal allergies. It's a genetic thing. My mom's got really bad ones. Hers are way worse than mine, though. And because I have gnarly seasonal allergies, I used to hate the spring because I would always feel like shit. But when I started like using my brain and realizing, oh, just take allergy medicine and you won't have allergies, I started doing that. And now I love spring, man. It's just, the weather is great because it's not ridiculously hot. Oh, why am I going this way? I don't need to go that way. I need to go back up where I came. The weather isn't ridiculously hot like it gets in the summer sometimes. The flowers are all gorgeous, though sadly at this point most of them have gone. But the peonies are starting to bloom. Amazing. Irises are open right now. I love irises. They remind me of my grandma because my grandma grows them. So I've been enjoying that. That and like, we have a couple like varieties of magnolias that can live here. Not a ton of them because I don't live far enough south to maintain most species. But we have some magnolias here. Love those things, and they were in bloom for a while. It's like one of my favorite trees in town is a just huge, gorgeous magnolia I walked past. I was a little sad though because only some of the peonies have opened. When I went to go see, like I was talking about earlier on stream, I went and saw a corpse flower, those are the big stinky flowers that only bloom Titan Arum. They only bloom once every 5 years or so, and it's only for 24 to 48 hours. So I went and saw that yesterday, and my hope had been to go walk around and enjoy other plants as well, which I did do, but I was really sad because like a lot of my favorite plants that are at that location weren't open yet, or were open and were gone. Like, tulip tree, the blooms were gone already. The peonies, a couple of the breeds were open, but my favorite varieties they have there weren't, which was sad. Because, they have a couple unique, peony cultivars at that location. Like, one of them... I still can't go this way? Aw, I thought that fixed the blackout. Where am I supposed to go then? I guess I'll go check the lab and see if it tells me what I'm supposed to be doing. One of my favorite cultivars is called Circus Circus. It is a peony that has white and pink striped flowers. I think it's very pretty. I really like it, and I was really sad because it wasn't open yet. And the other one, there's a variety called Green Halo, where the flowers are actually green. You don't see that very often at all, because, you know, most people, when they want flowers, want something that's going to stand out from the foliage and not be the same color as the foliage. But I think it's a really unique, neat trait that you don't see super often, so I love seeing it. Excuse me. So a bit of a bummer that those weren't open yet, but, you know, I mean, nothing's stopping me from going back if I want to. I just have to, woo! Is it just gonna play me a sound effect every time I show him things? Is he not gonna, I don't get any items for doing this? I guess I'll just show him everything. Yeah. Okay, so you don't know. But I think there is someone who gives you items. Yeah. Oh, you gave me false swipe. Thanks for that, by the way. False swipe's great. Floor 1. Where am I supposed to go? Maybe there's a different route I can take. I just can't go to the central area of town because of the blackout. Is this the, like, who's this guy? Why are you standing here like this? What's up, my guy? What's up, my boy? Oh, you just tell me what's on the boulevard, I see. Okay, so no, I still can't go this way. Shoot. This is why I really should pay more attention to what's going on in the story, because I have no idea where I'm supposed to go right now. Maybe this way? Question mark? Nope. Cool. Let's see. Town map. Use. Okay, well I can't get up here yet, can I? Am I supposed to go back to... No, that's Victory Road. I'm not supposed to go there. Where am I supposed to go after this? Am I supposed to go to the other locations? I mean, there's a full walkthrough video, which I'm not gonna watch, but now people can pass through the gate from Route 13 to Lumio City again. Sorry, I'm just reviewing the dialogue so I can see where I'm supposed to go now. Okay. The thing is the fact that they gave me those items to me implies I'm still supposed to be at the power plant area doing stuff. Gate connecting Route 13 to Lumios again. I leave before being left, I just say. Au revoir. Yeah, I think I am supposed to still be at the power plant area. Okay, well, I'll go back. It should be easy. I can just fly. No, not bag. Pokemon. There we go. Here. But no, yeah. Life has been pretty easy going lately, honestly. Oh, I should say this now. I'll say it again at the end of stream, and I'll also announce it in my Discord. For any folks that are chilling and enjoying my streams lately, I will not be available next weekend. I'm going to be out of town again. I'm sorry that I'm, like, out of town every other week, but that is unfortunately just the nature of living a decent distance away from both family and friends. Which means that if I want to visit, I have to travel a decent ways, which prevents me from streaming. So I will not be able to stream next weekend, sadly. Okay, that's not what I... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I really hate this area, man. It's really annoying. Like, cause... arena trap. Fair enough. This area is just a little bit annoying, because, like, I guess it's not really that different from having tall grass, but just the way that it constantly just, the Pokemon navigate to you, it's really annoying. Alrighty. Use the roller skate ramp? I cannot. Okay, cool. Where am I supposed to be? Okay, well that just despawned before my eyes. Well, I know I can't get in over here still, because it told me no. So is there a different area I'm supposed to be at? What about down here? Still no? Yeah, okay. Maybe if I just go all the way down. Get on the path. No. No. Where am I supposed to go? Like, genuinely, I'm like... Oh, here, perhaps? Oh, yeah, this is absolutely where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, seeing this dude, I know this is the right spot. The one who was given eternal life. Very ominous. Thank you for that. I probably should have guessed, considering it literally told me that people can now pass through Route 13, which is this route. I should have known. It's fine. I'm notorious for being bad at paying attention. It is what it is. Is what it is. This is how I get to the rest of Lumios. Electricity, someone didn't stop them. It was me! I did it! Yeah! Be impressed. We're gonna light the tower. I feel like this would be better viewed at night, but it is daytime, so I suppose we will be viewing it in the daytime. Oh, there's a Team Flare member here. That's suspect. Hello? I see. Okay. Oh, there's a Pokemon Center here. Huge. Which I don't think I need at the moment. Alright. It's so funny seeing this location, because most of my time in Lumio City, when I was playing Pokemon X during my initial playthrough, I used to do a ton of shiny hunting. And the shiny hunting method I used most frequently was the Matsuda method, which involves using a Ditto traded from a foreign country to breed in the daycare center, and then hatching a bunch of eggs from it. And that meant I had to hatch a ton of eggs, because I was shiny hunting. Woo! Light the tower. I wonder... This is probably a dumb question, but I wonder if this is based off of the Louvre. It's got that kind of pyramid shape in the bottom. It probably is supposed to be inspired by the Louvre, because this city is inspired... It's like a combination of the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre, I suppose I should say. Because it's clearly inspired by the Eiffel Tower. But the pyramid shape at the base, I wonder if that's supposed to be inspired by the Louvre. Another great memory with me! Yay! Alright, this is gonna be the Electric Gym, which I should honestly be pretty solid on. Because the Electric Gym, obviously I can use Ground-type Pokemon. And I have my Marowak, and I have my Crocodile. So I should be good to go. Pokemon X Gym. Lumios Gym, I suppose I should put. Lumios City Gym. Oh, this is the one where I have to, like, do quiz stuff. Woofed. Raichu, Magneton, Manectric, yeah. And I'm pretty decent on level for it as well. Okay. This should be a pretty easy gym, honestly. Do I have any other types that would be good against Electric? Electric, I know Ground is. Let's take a look at the rest of the types that work for that. Yeah, it's just Ground. That's what I thought. Okay. I should be good then. I mean, I won't have to probably worry about catching any more Pokemon. Anyways, to finish my kind of meandering story that I've been talking about, I used to come to this location to hatch eggs, because it is a big circle roundabout that you can just run laps around. So what I would do is I would take my DS, and I would, now kids don't do this at home, stick a piece of folded up paper underneath the, like, joystick to hold it in place so it would auto run for me so that I wouldn't have to manually hold down the button to run while I hatched eggs. And that was how I operated for a decent bit of time. I mean, it worked, but I'm pretty sure it damaged my DS, so I would not recommend doing it. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm at here. Okay, I think the Pokemon Gym is what I'm supposed to hit next. Let's find a Pokemon Center somewhere and swap out some Pokemon to have Marowak in the party. This is a very fitting game to be playing at the moment, I guess, now that I think about it. Because that Pokemon Legend Z that's going to be coming out, or yeah, Legend Z. Is it Legend ZA? Legends, I think Z. That is going to be in Lumio City. So this is honestly a pretty pertinent time to be playing this. I haven't like fully made up my mind on whether or not I'm going to buy that game or not. Because the thing is it does look significantly better than most other like modern Pokemon games. Because like, listen, I'm not here to be a modern Pokemon game hater, but if we're being totally honest, Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet were not great. Sword and Shield sucked story-wise and also wasn't great visually, and Scarlet and Violet's story was okay, but the visuals on that game are awful. Like, I'm sorry, it was really ugly. And very glitchy, notorious for that, I would say. Infamous, if you will. So, I would, the thing is this game looks significantly better, but the footage I've seen from it is on the Switch 2. And I don't know that I'm going to be buying a Switch 2 right away. So, I kind of am like, I probably should stock up on a few of these. Yes. But I don't know that I'll be buying a Switch 2 right away, because I like my Switch that I've already got, and at the moment don't feel any... There are no games that are going to exclusively Switch 2 that I'd be willing to drop $450 on a console immediately. But I might wait and see if there's more stuff in the future that comes out that I want. But right now I'm content with what I have, so I'm probably just going to stick with what I've got for the moment. And I don't know if I'm going to buy the game, because the Switch 2 version looks fantastic. But the question is, does the Switch 1 have the capacity to run that game at that level of quality? Because the Switch 2 is a huge improvement hardware-wise over Switch 1. I went in there specifically to switch out Pokemon, and then I didn't do it. Why am I like this? But no, yeah, like, I don't know. I think it looks really fun, and X and Y is my favorite one of my favorite generations. It is my favorite 3D generation, and one of my favorite gens overall. Let's see here. Who should I switch out? I should take Uni out, because Uni is going to be useless at this gym. Honestly, do I have any other ground types I can put in? Because, Mr. Rin is also not going to be good in this gym. What are I? Steel ground, but steel... It's bad against electric, isn't it? Let's take a look. Pokemon. Electric. Yeah. Steel. Oh, oh no, I could use you. Do you well, actually wait, do you have any ground type moves? You don't, so it probably wouldn't be worthwhile. Horsey, Magma, Chunk. Did I name the horsey? I did. Okay. Smackdown. Obviously not you. Bite, Odors with Roar, Smog, Strength, Rock Smash, Body Slam, Chip Away. Honestly, no, not Ugly Barnacle. I might throw Chonk in the party for now, even though Chonk isn't, like, probably a super optimal Pokemon for this gym. Just because Chonk is, will not be super affected by this gym. Because Rin's a great Pokemon, and I will continue to carry Rin with me throughout this entire adventure, as long as I can. But Rin is part flying, so he will be kind of useless for this gym. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull Chonk out instead, because while Chonk isn't going to be super great for this gym, he's better than Rin, probably. Okay. So, let's go ahead and take this electric gym out. Let's throw Zuko. Well, let's keep Marrow in first place, because Zuko is good as well, but Marrow honestly needs the levels more. Hello, Litleo. Alright, you could take this gym on. We're honestly... I always, like, I keep saying this during streams, but I honestly, like, this game is so front-loaded. And then you get to this part, and it just feels like the gyms are just boom, 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 gym, 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 gym. Because the first part of the game is so much slower and takes so long to get to each gym that when you finally get to this point where you're just constantly doing gyms, it feels like it's going at, like, a breakneck pace. Breakneck pace. Oh, sorry for that awful sound. I was trying to get the last of my drink out of the cup. There we go. My coffee is finished. This is so sad. Okay, might look like a waste of energy. It's important. I mean, I wasn't doubting it. Let's get to work. Quiz. Yes! Bonnie, small square ahead of you. Answer my questions if you want to get any further. Alright. Let's do this quiz, and hopefully I'm smart enough to do it without consulting the guide, but we're gonna find out. Oh, is it just what is this Pokemon? Dude, this feels like a cruel joke after how many Pikachus I encountered in that stupid forest. Which one was the Pikachu option? Was it 3? Yeah, okay. Dude. Like, because for folks who may not have caught that first stream, I encountered 5 Pikachus in that forest, not including the one that I caught. It was a really annoying spot to be. It was all I encountered was Pikachu, 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 Pikachu. So, like, if I'm gonna get any Pokemon, I'm gonna get that one. Woo! Why did it use Snort? Why would it do that? Yay! I will say this is the one thing that is nice is while I really did struggle with some of the other gyms as far as like getting types to work, the electric gym is not a gym where I'm probably gonna struggle. Excuse me. I should be fine on this quiz as long as they don't do that BS from the AMA where it's like a round image and then it's like oh, it's Electrode or Voltorb. And it's like, no, it's a Jigglypuff as seen from above. Which I sincerely doubt they're gonna do. Oh yeah, it was so hard, guys. I had no idea what the answer may have been. It's crazy. Quiz time. Fletchling. Pidgeotto. Oh yeah, no, it's Fletchling. Yes, it's Fletchling. Bruh. Raichu. I really am excited to be able to evolve my Pikachu into a Raichu. I like, because here's the thing, I've heard people say they don't like Raichu's design. I think Raichu's cute. I like Raichu a lot. So I'm pleased to transform my Pikachu into a Raichu. The only reason I haven't so far is because Pikachu learns Thunder, but Raichu doesn't for some reason. So I'm trying to get it to learn Thunder before I evolve it. Oh yeah, this gym's gonna be a piece of cake, man. I'm crushing it. Marrow's an absolute legend. Light Screen. Let's see what Light Screen is again. Nah, that's not worth. Not worth. If I was playing competitive Pokemon, sure, maybe. But I'm playing story mode Pokemon, therefore I do not care about status moves. Because I simply withstand. I love how they make you, like, wait in suspense to see if you got the answer right, as if this isn't, like, the world's most obvious thing. In the, like, seriously. Alright. Next floor. Floor 3. Quiz time. That is Pan... Ooh, that's actually kind of hard. Pansage, is it not? Let me double check to make sure I'm right, but surely it's Pansage. No, it's Panpour! I'm a fool! No! I'm sitting here being like, oh, this is so easy. This is like the easiest thing ever. Why are they even bothering? It's so easy. And then I'm wrong. I'm a fool. I'm a fool! Damn it. That sucks. Okay. Okay, wait, which one was Pampor? I need to pay attention. Quiz time. Quiz time! 3, okay. Whenever it says quiz time, it makes me think of, I'm a big fan of... Yes, I'm sure about Pampor. Shut up. But when it says quiz time, my brain immediately goes to, there's this podcast I like called World's Wildest. It's an animal podcast. And they do, like, little quizzes during the podcast, and one of the hosts, Maya, always goes, quiz time! And now my brain, every time I see those words, is just like, quiz time! There are so many things that just kind of infect my brain. And that I just, anytime I see something even remotely related, that's all I can think about. Damn, this thing actually withstood one of my attacks? That's crazy. Get his ass. No, Marrow! You're supposed to get him, not yourself. Come on, brother. You can do it. Beat him up. Ah! Come on! Don't you dare. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you. Ah! This is really annoying. If it doesn't hit after this attack, we're gonna put Crocodile in, because I don't want to risk Marrow getting killed. Oh yeah, we're taking Marrow out for sure. Not happening. Alright, Zuko, you're up. Alright. Power Gem is an interesting attack. I honestly forgot it was a electric type attack. I really need to, like, refresh myself more on the number of moves you can have in Pokemon. It's been a while since I, like, just actually paid attention to stuff like that in the game. Because I'm not, like, someone who really participates in the competitive Pokemon scene that much. I don't really know too many moves from Pokemon just because I've never really had a reason to be super familiar with them. Oh no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, screw that. Keep old moves. Yeah. Sag grows. Ooh, Air Slash. Yeah. Because that's way better than Gust, isn't it? Yeah. Significantly better. Alright. Very nice, very nice. Time to step in the elevator. Did I get it right? Suspense. Am I right? Am I correct? Am I right? Woo! Yes, because there was so much doubt that I was wrong. I will say, though, that is much harder than the other two were. I will give them that credit. I complained about it being easy, and then they made it hard. Butterfree, Vivillon, Mothim. 2. Okay, good. Yeah. I said what I said. Shit, I should have healed before I did this. What am I doing? I need to pay attention. I need to make sure I'm paying more attention. I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna lose more Pokemon if I keep doing this. I need not be reckless and risky. I need to be paying attention to what I'm up to. Shit, man. Alright, it's fine. I'll just put Zuko in right away. And hopefully it doesn't have Pursuit. Okay, cool. That's honestly my biggest worry, is Pursuit. Which I wouldn't think that a Plusle would have it. I don't even know if Plusle can learn it, but anytime where I put a Pokemon in by accident that's super low health, and then I have to take it out, I'm just like, oh dude, it doesn't have Pursuit, right? Please tell me it doesn't. I feel like there's also another move. Is Pursuit the only one that hurts you when you leave battle? I feel like there are others, but that's the one that comes to mind first. I can't remember, honestly. Again, it goes back to me not being as familiar with the attacks. My thing with Pokemon that I know best isn't necessarily, like, the attacks and mechanics. The things I know best about Pokemon are the Pokemon themselves. Because the Pokemon themselves are what make these games and this franchise interesting to me. I used to be a walking Pokemon encyclopedia, but that has changed in recent years because I have had more important things I've had to learn. Alright, let's heal up my guys really quick. Hyper Potion. Hyper Potion was probably excessive, but that's okay. And then Super Potion. How much HP do you have? Yeah, Super Potion for you. Yep. Cool, cool. We'll go ahead and save really quick. Alright. It is time. Let me introduce myself. Okay. Cool, cool. I tell ya, I never really did watch too much of the anime that focuses on this gen. I kind of stopped watching the anime after Black and White, but I know Clement and Bonnie are main characters from the, this gen's, I can't talk. Wait, Emolga's flying. Do I have any good counters for Emolga? Wait, I didn't think this through. What's even good against Emolga? Rock and ice. Shit. So I didn't bring anything that's a good counter for Emolga, did I? Shoot. I'm glad I thought about it before I just defaulted to an attack. Let's take a look at what I've got here then. Fighting's not gonna be any good. Electric is nah. Bug would be halved. Zuko is also ground. Chonk might not be a bad one to put in here. Check moves. Because it's all normal, which is neutral damage. And he's also beefy. Let's take a look at his summary here. Yeah, I don't know, because it might also just be worthwhile to leave Marrow in. No, because Marrow's my ground type. I don't want Marrow getting beat up. Let's put Chonk in and see what happens. I don't think Chonk's at risk of being insta-killed by an Emolga, so we're gonna go ahead and throw him in and see how it happens. I didn't even think to counter for the Emolga. I should have thought about that. Actually did more damage than I thought it would. What would be the best move to use here? Let's take a look at your summary here, Chonk. Chip away. Okay, so stat changes don't affect it. We'll use Chip Away then. It hasn't done anything to affect its stats, but why not? How much damage does that do for us? Decent chunk. I'm really glad I brought Emolga's a sexy lad. You're a fan of Emolga, I take it. I will say, Emolga is, it honestly is a really, like, solid, like, typing for Pokemon. Because having a flying electric type is honestly pretty good. I've never really used Emolga in any of my games. Because I personally, like, I don't dislike Emolga, but I also don't love Emolga. But honestly, typing-wise, it is a very solid Pokemon. If all the Pokemon in my life that have given me trouble in battles, Emolga is probably up there in the top, like, echelon. Electric Current. Okay, well, that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, let's go, Marrow. Woo! Yeah, like I said, this gym should be a breeze. Emolga was honestly the only curveball I forgot. Like, the thing is, I knew this guy had an Emolga. I just, for some reason, until I threw my Pokemon in, I didn't register that it wasn't mono-electric, it's electric ground. No, sorry, electric flying. Chonk learning rollout. Is that worth? Not really. If I'm gonna use a rock type move, I'm just gonna use one of the like 4 rock types I already have. I don't need Chonk to be filling a type gap. Alright, Heliolisk. Keep Marrow in. We should be ready to rock and roll. Getting low on PP for Boomerang. It's alright. Dude. Marrow just cleaned up. I didn't even have to use Zuko. Which is fine by me, because I like Zuko a lot, but Zuko's ground-type moves aren't the best. I honestly prefer Marrow's. Bone Club and Boomerang, I think, are better than Sand Tomb and Dig. Just because Dig takes longer, and Sand Tomb doesn't do as much damage. And also takes longer. Both of those things take a long time. Take a long time. I need to be able to speak English. Why does my stream keep getting frozen? Sorry, 1 second. I don't think it's freezing for everybody, but I have my stream open in another tab so I can monitor, make sure it's working okay. And it keeps getting frozen somehow. It shouldn't be my Wi-Fi. Thunderbolt! Woo! I don't really need it because my Pikachu already knows Thunderbolt, but I'll take it. I wonder why they chose, like, I don't think it's a bad thing. I wonder why Clement and Bonnie were the ones they chose to be the main protagonists. Then again, I mean, why do they choose any protagonists from games, you know? Because, like, Brock and Misty, and, Iris and... Oh my gosh, what's his name? I can't remember. Lysander Cafe. Yep, I do know where that is. I'm curious what helps them make their decision as to who they choose to be your allies. Because, like, in more, like, for the anime specifically, I suppose. Because in more recent times, it seems to be, like, a lot of the people they're having aren't necessarily, like, gym leaders. It used to be that they used gym leaders, and now they really don't do that anymore. At least I don't think, from the most recent gens. They don't really use gym leaders as allies in the anime anymore. And I'm curious as to, like, what made them change from doing that, and also, like, how they picked their gym leaders in the first place, you know? Hello. Okay. Oh, dude. I did not remember that he was, like, a royalty descendant. That's kind of wild. Yeah. Newest anime series like Journeys and Horizons, they have main characters that don't exist from the games, like going... Yeah, I know. Like, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think it's, like, perfectly fine that they start doing, like, anime original characters. It's just, I wonder what made them, like, what led them to that decision, you know? I don't think it's necessarily inferior. It's just, it makes me curious as to, like, their thought process behind why they started, like, kind of made the transition from... Okay, we're going to have them traveling with gym leaders. Okay, now they're going to be traveling with not gym leaders, but they are still characters from the games. To now we are going to be having them travel with characters that are not gym leaders and are also not from the games. They'd better feature Lysander's Cafe and Legends EA. I would be kind of shocked if they didn't, honestly. Like, if in Legends EA they don't include stuff like with Team Flare, I would be genuinely shocked. What's important the time you spend with others? Yay! Motivational message. I hope Legends EA is good. It looks really good. I just hope it runs well on a base Switch rather than having to get a Switch 2. Because it looks like it runs fantastic on the Switch 2, but I really don't want to be shelling out $450, not including the $80 per game. Autumnal Avenue. I am excited for that game, though. Though, honestly, I haven't played Legends Arceus. I probably should play that game at some point. I don't know, though. It's like, do I really want to go out and spend the money on it? Because I have a lot of other things I need to spend money on. I have many things that I have many expenses in my life. I'm also realizing I need to go put Marrow back and get Rin back out, because I can't fly unless I have Rin. But no, yeah, like, I don't know. I want to play, the Switch 2 probably flops because $450. Yeah, that and like, also, I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I sometimes think it might be better to not, in modern gaming culture, I kind of think it's a better idea to not buy things on launch, because things on launch tend to work worse than they do later in their lives. Like, games are the ones that are, like, the most at risk for having problems if you buy them on launch. But, like, consoles can still have problems as well, and sometimes it's better to just wait and buy it after it's been out for a while, or they've released a second version, which has had some problems fixed. Like, my Switch that I currently have, I didn't get my Switch until, like, I want to say 2 or 3 years after the Switch released. I did not get my Switch until quite late. Because when the Switch first came out, I was still very into my DS and didn't really feel the need to get the Switch instead. But obviously when things started coming out for the Switch that I wanted, like when they started releasing Pokemon Switch games and all that, I can't think, no words, brain empty. When they started releasing, like, more games I was interested in, that's when I started getting stuff for the Switch. It's kind of like how, I never did, get a PS5. Even though I have had every PlayStation generation at one point, I never got a PS5, because a PS5 does not have anything interesting enough on it for me to spend that much money. I don't, because the thing is like, I like my PS3 and my PS4. I don't have my PS2 anymore, sadly. Or I think at some point in my life, I have not owned a PlayStation, like the original, but my family did at some point, but we got rid of that years ago, sadly. PlayStation 2 was the same way. I miss my PlayStation 2 so much. But I have a 3 and a 4, and they haven't released any games on the 5. Well, yeah, literally. Honestly. Well, the thing is, it's just like, there just aren't that many modern games that have caught my interest. And that's not saying modern games are bad. It's just that a lot of the franchises I like don't release games very often. Like when I was young, for me, Spyro was my big franchise. I love Spyro. Love, 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 love Spyro. And they just don't make Spyro games anymore. They did Skylanders for a while, which I played a lot of, and I own a lot of Skylanders. Gibble. Greedy corpos don't need to keep eternally profiting off their... No, I agree. The fact that companies... Like, listen. I get that... Oh. I'm battling. Whoops. Let's see what Caelim's party is currently like. So he's gonna have Meowstic, Absol, and Quiladrin, probably, still. Meowstic is Psychic, so I'm gonna want to use Dark, Bug, Ghost. I could probably use Sag. Yeah, like, here's the thing. Nintendo is very aggressive about protecting their IPs. And depending on what kind of protection that entails, I don't necessarily think being defensive of IPs is a bad thing. However, I think Nintendo taking down emulations is bullshit. Because you can't get these games anymore, and they don't even profit from the sales. Like, the only way to get a lot of these games anymore is secondhand, so Nintendo's not even making money from it. And the games are prohibitively expensive. Like, especially Pokemon, because Pokemon has had such a huge boom in popularity that a lot of old games are expensive as shit to get now. So I think it's ridiculous that they try to take down emulation, because for some people, emulation is the only way to play it anymore. I'm gonna get rid of Perish Song. I don't think I'm probably gonna ever use that. And Brian's a pretty good water type move. That really annoys me. Like, I would understand it a bit more if it was like an emulation for a game that is like very popular currently, and you know, they want to. Sorry, 1 second. Dark type Pokemon. What are they weak to again? Fighting Bug Fairy. Okay, cool. I'll just keep Sagin then. Wait, no. Stop. Stop. I want to keep him in. Okay. I would understand it a little bit more if it was a game that was currently being sold that they were actively profiting off of, that had popularity. Then yes, I would understand them being mad and wanting to take down emulations. If it is a game they literally cannot profit from anymore, them taking down emulations is stupid. I'm sorry, it just is, and they should be embarrassed that they keep trying to do that. Oh, it's a chestnut now. But yeah, it makes me mad. I really don't like that they do that. Especially since, like, the thing is with emulation, for me specifically, it's a kind of a dumb thing because I don't emulate games. At least I don't judge people who emulate things to avoid paying for them, because I get it, man. Shit's expensive, and I do that with like shows and mangas. But if it comes to games, all the games that I've ever emulated, I already own. Like, I'm playing a totally legal version of this game, which I've actually purchased twice, because I lost my original copy and bought a second copy so I could have it for my 3DS. And I have done Pokemon Black and White before. I own Pokemon Black and Black 2. Like, I own all these games on physical legal copies. I'm only doing this for the ease of streaming, for both myself and like on like live streams like this, or for streaming friends, like 2 friends in Discord. It's the only reason I ever do this stuff. And again, I don't judge people who do it to save the money, because I totally get it. But I own all these games on hard copy already. And that's mostly because I just have my copies from when I was a kid. So I don't have to go and shell out $200 to buy a game cartridge for Pokemon Black, because I still have it from when I first played it. Okay, all this talk, it's fine. But yeah. But it's also just like, I don't know, man. The other thing that I find a little bit frustrating, depending on like... I also just think it's frustrating when some companies will charge for games that they don't maintain nearly as well as they should. Like, not that long ago started playing Fallout New Vegas for the first time, which honestly I've thought about picking up again on stream, because I did not get very far in Fallout New Vegas, and New Vegas is awesome. I really love that game. It's the only Fallout game I've ever touched, but I really like it. It's very fun. And that game, as far as I'm aware, is currently unplayable without mods. At least on Steam. So you have to buy the game, but then you can't even play the game that you've purchased until you modify it somehow. And I think that's ridiculous. I think that if they aren't going to maintain the game well enough that it can't be played unmodded, you shouldn't be charging for it. If you want to make money off of it, maintain it. That is my standpoint on that. Capitalism gives corporations more control over people's lives than people themselves. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. I try not to think too much about it, because stuff like that it really just bums me out to think about. But yeah, like, again, I sometimes understand people, like, companies being aggressive over their IPs. Like, I was in law school for a year. I understand intellectual property things. Especially since, like, depending on what oh, this is a place I can catch a new Pokemon. Ooh. I didn't even think about that. I could catch new Pokemon here. Hold on. I need to look out the Route 214 Pokemon list. Let's see what our options are here. Weepinbell, Haunter, Quagsire, Scorpy, Carnivine, Carablast, Shelmet, Goomy. Ah, Goomy! I love Goomy. And then the Swamp, we can get Haunter, Quagsire, Carnivine, Carablast, Shelmet, Stunfisk, Goomy. Surfing is Quagsire, Sunfish, Goomy. Okay, well, I'm definitely not gonna... I'm probably just gonna go for the grass, because I think that gives us the most solid options. More than likely it's gonna be a Weepinbell or a Scorpy, or Carnivine. Those are the highest odds. Honestly, I'd be happy with any of those, because I have no grass types. And I really need a grass type. What do we want to put in first is the problem. What can do I have False Swipe? I have False Swipe. I could teach a Pokemon False Swipe. Because my Pokemon are getting to a high enough level with the area I'm at that I'm getting worried I'm going to insta-kill any Pokemon I find. None of them can learn it. Okay. I wonder if my Snorlax can learn it. Let me look it up. False swipe. Snorlax cannot learn it. Don't even think I have any. Do I even have any Pokemon that can learn False Swipe? That's really unfortunate. TM. Thero, Paris. My Marowak could learn it. I could go get Marrow. Honestly, I think that might be worth. I'm gonna go grab Marrow and teach him False Swipe so I can catch Pokemon without worrying about accidentally killing them. But yeah, because here's the thing. I do think that it is important to protect intellectual properties. Specifically because stuff like AI exists, where AI actively, like generative AI specifically, actively steals content from writers, artists, etc. So I do think that IP law is like laws around intellectual properties are very important for that reason. It protects stuff from being actively stolen and profited off of wrongly. However, I do think there needs to be a line, and I think that persecuting people for brain function, you can do it. Persecuting people for pirating games that are no longer being sold and games that are no longer legally obtainable, I think that is taking it too far. Alright, let's teach Miro False Swipe. Yes. Let's learn False Swipe. Already knows 4 moves. Yes, please. Let's get rid of, let's see, have Headbutt and Thrash. Thrash is like good, but it comes confused after 2 turns. Headbutt. Let's get rid of Thrash for now. Again, I'm pretty sure there's a move reminder somewhere in this game that I can use to go back and relearn moves if I really regret that. But for now, I think that this is going to be way better. Saving Adventure. Very nice. Okay, let's go see what we can get from the grass. I'm hoping for a grass type. We're going to find out. I'm still really sad I didn't get a Skiddo. Skiddo was my grass type of choice from this gen. I love Skiddo and I love Go-Goat. They're so cute. I am really quick though, before I go to the tall grass, gonna run and use the bathroom and also grab myself something to drink because my coffee has officially run out. So give me about 5 minutes and I will be right back. Alrighty. Sorry about that wait. Took me a little longer than I expected because I realized my laundry was done. It's Sunday, so I washed my laundry. And my stuff in the washer needed to get put in the dryer really quick. Okay. We got Marrow in the front. We do. Alright, let's see what our first Pokemon is going to be. Or I guess my new Pokemon. I actually hope it's not a Haunter. Okay, good. Because Haunter wouldn't be a bad Pokemon, but I just realized False Swipe wouldn't work on Haunter. So I'd be screwed. Alright, Scorpy. And a female as well. I don't have a lot of lady Pokemon. It's another bug type, which is like a consistent theme with this playthrough. I have a ton of bug types, but honestly, I'll take it. I would have preferred a grass type, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Sorry, I'm also munching on some bread. I went to the farmer's market yesterday, and I bought myself a little mini loaf of bread, and it's very tasty. I love going to the farmer's market. Farmer's markets are so fun. Everyone always calls me an old lady because of my interests, but like, farmer's markets are genuinely great. You get to support your local community, and the products you get are genuinely pretty good. Excuse me, that was gross, I'm sorry. Cause yeah, like, I get some genuinely really good stuff from the farmer's market. Like, I got this little loaf of bread. There's a place here that sells mushrooms, so I bought some shiitake mushrooms. Gonna make some fried rice for dinner tonight with shiitake. Got a cucumber from somebody's garden, which garden cucumbers are always significantly better than anything you're gonna get on... Hold on. Gotta ban a bot. There we go. But yeah, it's like any vegetables or fruits you get from the farmer's market are always going to be significantly better than what you buy in the store. Like, no contest. What am I gonna name Scorpy? What am I going to name you, girl? Sorry for the noise, by the way. I live near an airport. So you sometimes hear that. What am I going to call you? I'm gonna call you Venom, because you're a scorpion. Alright, well, we're continuing our bug-type trend with this playthrough, but that's okay. Scorpy's cool. Alright. And now, we can switch somebody other than Marrow to the front. This area is gonna be kind of a mix of types, so we're just gonna put Hikaru in the front. I think he'll be fine. But, probably wanna go, oh, okay. Alright. We didn't mean to do that. There's Weeping Bell. I would have preferred that, personally. I really need a grass type, man. I have no grass types. Then again, I don't know that my team necessarily has a gap that grass type would fill very well. Because most of the time I use grass types as a water type counter. But, now that since I have Pikachu, that doesn't really do a lot for me. I don't really know what I would need grass for at this point. Trainer battle. Arbok, alright. Let's see here. Of course, the Pokemon I have in is like one of the worst Pokemon to go against. A poison type. But no, yeah, farmers markets are slept on, honestly. There's always good food. They have, like, entertainment at some of them as well. You get really solid produce and support local businesses. I will say, though, local businesses aren't always better. Or at least some of them aren't. I tried, there's a bakery that opened locally that has been very popular. I always see people there, and it always has a huge line. So, because the farmer's market wasn't very busy this week, because it was kind of cold, I decided to try it since the line wasn't very long. And granted, I'm kind of a harsh person when it comes to bakeries, because I myself bake, and I know what good baked good tastes like. I thought it was really mid. I thought it was only okay, and that is even being a little generous, I think. Like, I don't know, man. I just thought it wasn't. I probably won't go back. Part of me wonders why it is so popular. Because, again, I didn't think it was anything to write home about. I've made plenty of baked goods in my time that are significantly better. I bought like a little... I bought an orange poppy seed, like, cake that had little icing on the top. It wasn't really a cake, I guess. It's like a sweet bread that has a little bit of icing on the top. And, it was just way too sweet. It was like, because when you make baked goods, like if you bake, when you make stuff like that, you usually add a bit of salt to it to cut through the sweetness, because if it's too sweet, it's just not as good. You need a little bit of salt in it, and it just tasted like they didn't have any salt. It was just, especially with the icing was not a necessary addition. And the other thing is, like, you maybe, like, think, oh, well, it's orange poppy seed, maybe the orange will balance it out a little bit with some bitterness, but it really didn't. I mean, I liked the chunks of orange peel that were in it, but the orange peel that was in it was like candied orange peel, so it was too sweet. It was too much. And it was also really dry. Which some desserts are dry, but I just wasn't into it. I guess desserts, pastries, sort of. Because it's not really a dessert. It was like more of a breakfast kind of, you know. You know how Americans be. Sweet breakfast breads are a popular thing, like banana bread, lemon poppy seed bread, zucchini bread. All very tasty sweet breads that often eaten at breakfast time. Let's see. Shellnut is bug, isn't it? I'm not good at typings anymore, man. I used to be so good at this. Yeah, it's mono bug. Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure. But yeah. I just thought it was only okay. Not worth the $3.50 I paid for it. I don't know. I do like a couple of the bakeries that are local, though. Or at least people who sell at the farmer's market. I've never seen, like, a physical storefront for them, but the person I bought the little mini loaf of bread from is someone I've bought from multiple times. Because I think her stuff's really good. But I mostly go to the farmer's market for vegetables. And also, most of the time when I go to the farmer's market, it isn't because I'm, like, driving out of my way to go to the farmer's market. It's just that the farmer's market is on the exact same street as the cafe I like to hang out on Saturdays. And, so the farmer's market just happens to be open on the same street that I'm always on Saturdays. So I usually am there every week just because, or at least every week I'm not traveling. I travel quite a bit. Hence why I have a basically every other week streaming schedule at this point. Which again, I've thought about... Oh, I forgot that it was a mechanic here. I've honestly thought about, like I've mentioned, upping my streaming, like, how often I stream. Goomy! Goomy, 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 goomy! I love Goomy. Goomy is so cute. I've thought about upping my streaming schedule to streaming on other days other than just weekends. It's just, I've been kind of busy lately, so I haven't really had an opportunity. Because I know I talked about last streaming on Thursdays, but I've had a lot of people that have wanted to hang out lately. So I've been busy almost every evening. And on the evenings I wasn't busy, I was really tired. Get paralyzed, Goomy. Get freaking annihilated. Oh! That's fun. But no, yeah. It's just been kind of a chill weekend. This past week I thought was going to be worse than it was because of how much I had to do out in the field. But we ended up having really nice weather. And not that many problems. So it ended up being a pretty pleasant time overall. Quagsire! See, this is a spot where having a grass type will be good. But sadly, I don't. So I really need to get Hikaru a different moveset. He has not a very good moveset that he has, because it's just the one he came with. Quagsire, water, ground. Yeah, but what types are good for you? Yeah, grass is really the only one, huh? Shoot. Well, I guess I'll just power up punch him. It won't be super effective, but it'll get the job done, I think. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Ground is super effective. Alright. Well, never mind that. Shoot. Sag, honestly, might be the best option, because water won't do much to him, and he'll reduce the ground. Or actually, ground won't affect him, because he's flying. Slam. Ooh. Ouchie. Oh, I should have tried Hidden Power. I really need to be testing Hidden Power more, because I don't know what type his Hidden Power is. I really need to do that. Maybe I'll move Sag to the front of the party and test his Hidden Power out a little bit and see what I can glean. Let's try that. Probably should give him a quick re-up with a potion, though. Potion, use. I probably should buy more potions, honestly. I didn't realize I was this low. Alright. Goomy! I think Goomy's Mono Dragon. So, it should be a fine matchup. Let's see what Hidden Power does. Neutral. Okay, so I did not glean much from that. Ah, paralysis is so annoying. Goomy's not. Is it per water? I guess let's look. I'm pretty sure it's Mono Dragon. Okay. So, not much will be good against it that I have. Hidden Power did like a decent bit of damage, but not that much. Air Slash has a chance to do something, right? Or does Air Slash just do damage and that's it? Let's look. Target flinch, that's what it is. Berry, Psybeam may leave the target confused. Let's try Psybeam then. It won't do that much damage, but getting a confusion on Agumi would be helpful. Okay, well no confusion and Sag is pretty hurt, so I'm gonna take Sag out. Let me see here. Let's see. You do take extra from water, okay. So, not you. Sparky would be good, because Sparky won't take that much from water. My party really needs healed up, though. Ow. Is Flail not A physical move? Because he didn't get paralyzed. Or does Static just have a chance to paralyze? It probably just has a chance. Yeah, because that is a physical move. I guess Static's probably just a chance to paralyze and not a guarantee. Alright. Let's heal up some of our boys here. I really should have stocked up more before I came out here. I guess I can just use up some of these little small items I have. Hyper potion. Yeah. And super potion. You. You'll be a little under, but that's okay. And paralyze heal. Alright. I think I'm probably... I've going for about 2 hours already. I think I'm probably going to go about another 10-15 minutes, and then I'm going to call it a day. Is she psychic or ghost? She's a hex maniac, so I'm assuming she is ghost. Okay. Ghost fire for that one. So I definitely need to take Mochan out. Zuko knows dark type moves, so we'll do that. Oop, sorry, that was probably loud. I dropped my controller. Wow. It just self-destructed, damn. I guess I'll just, whatever. What was that move it used? Curse? Because I thought, what was that? I don't even know. I didn't see what it said. Let's try foul play. I should be good against a Haunter. Yep. I was gonna say, in that case, my special attack that I just got lowered doesn't really matter. Alright. That went pretty well. What wizardry is this? I wonder why they said wizardry, because normally, like, that line is like, what sorcery is this? But maybe that's, like, a direct quote from something they didn't want to copy? Honestly, I said I was going to go another 10-15 minutes, but honestly, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream here. I've been going for a while. I'm a little tired today, a little low energy, so I think I'm just going to call that a stream. So, thank you so much to everybody who stopped by today to watch. I've really appreciated it. I always love having folks to yap at, or yap with. If you liked this stream, please feel free to follow me here on Twitch. If you want to find me in other locations, I am also on YouTube, where I post live stream VODs, as well as eventually I will be posting edited video content. So you can also find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, etc. Right now, I'm throwing out the links in the chat. So if you are interested in following me anywhere else, if you want to click that link, that will take you to my card page, which has the links to all of my socials. The other thing is, you see this little gal that I have, my PNG that I'm using to talk? She is my creation. I made this character, I drew this art, I made this PNG. I am an artist. So if you're interested in checking out my art, please feel free to click on that link and follow me on TikTok or Instagram. Those are generally where I post my art the most often. Twitter, actually probably Twitter more often than Instagram these days. So if you want to follow me in any of those places, please feel free. If you want updates about when I am going live for streams, or if you want to, like, participate in a Discord server. That link also provides an invite to my Discord server. Feel free to join if you're interested in that. And yeah, thank you all again so much for stopping by. I've really appreciated it. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Bye!